and kind of give you a little update. I'm going to do a little vlog today to let you know what's been going on. So, and I think the primary thing I'm going to do is just talk about, since we're sort of halfway through the year, what my goals were, what I was able to achieve so far this year in my writing life. Um, I think the biggest, oh, that's funny. I'm sitting in my car and it looked like I just called myself. So I was like, oh, who am I on the phone with? So, anywho, um, so mid-year check-in. Some of my goals for this year were, to be honest, what I did is when I kind of was trying to restart my writing career, because I kind of went on a 5-year hiatus. The biggest thing I said is, okay, what do I want to do that? And I know it wasn't going to be something that sort of happened overnight. So I kind of created a 3-year plan for myself. And then I sort of took that and broke that down into each year. And I pulled what I wanted to achieve this year. And that's kind of what I did as far as creating my plan for this year. So my big goals for this year were to publish the book that I did, which was The Trouble with Soulmates, that came out last month. So I'm really excited about that. I've also outlined book 2, and I've started writing book 2, which that's going to be released. My goal is to release that by the end of this year as well too. And then book 3 will be next year. So that part I'm really happy about. The book's come out. I'm about close to 20,000 words into book 2. Book 3 is going to be next year, but I have already scheduled all the editors, so that's really cool, and prepared for that because the editors I like to use, they're usually booked like way in advance, which is good and bad. And one of the other things I wanted to do was to really just revamp my website, my social media, all those things, and bring those kind of up to date, check links, all that, because I wasn't the best about doing that consistently. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing that consistently and just checking to make sure everything's working, everything's up to date. So that's all been done, except my website. That's a whole other story and something that I'm working on, because I didn't realize that it was hosted by someone else. Well, let me rephrase that. I knew that it was hosted by someone else, but when I tried to transition out of that because I think the company shut down or whatever, and it's just been, I lost the capacity to be able to change anything with my website, which I had that before. So yeah, that's been taking a little bit longer than I thought. So I got to figure all of that out. So that's going to be a little bit more of a challenge, because I wanted to do that in the first quarter. Um, and then let's see, that was, those were sort of the big things that I wanted to achieve. The other thing I wanted to do was to really um, increase my email list so that I could get new readers. I was at about 125 on my email list. I got to close to 500 at one point because I ran a promotional free, and I'm down to just about a little under 300, which I expected that because you never know who are going to sign up for just the freebie and who's going to be like, oh, I really enjoyed the story. I want to read more of your books. Because I'm really trying to build a community of readers. So I'm really excited about that. So it's been a slow process, and I'm doing different things for to try to attract new readers and build a community. One of the things that I did that I didn't plan on doing this quickly was to set up a street team, and that was thanks to a writing group that I'm a part of. So that really worked out well. So I was able to create that street team and just have it started. And so that was exciting. I was able to get beta readers as well as new beta readers and people to read and review the book. So it's small, but I'm fine with starting small because, like I said, it's really important to me that it stays personal. Personal. As much as I would like to say it would be great to have like hundreds of beta readers and hundreds of reviewers, which is fantastic, but I think I want to start with just a core of people. So I'm really excited about how that's been working out and just being able to build that community because that's really the important thing for me at the moment. And so that, as far as a mid-year check-in, those are some of the big things that I really wanted to achieve uh, this year. And I'm sort of in some things I'm a little bit behind, and in other things I'm further ahead than I had anticipated, which I'm excited about. So that part of it is good. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I always have to keep lists of everything. Oh, one other big thing that I'm trying to focus on is really making sure that I am intentional with my marketing of my book and myself and my brand. And what I'm really did this year that I'm very happy about is just creating just a really a structured plan for my content, as far as what I'm creating weekly, bi-monthly, what I'm doing as far as here on YouTube, on my other social media sites, to my email, as well as um, email, yeah, email, social media, and YouTube. So that part of it. So I'm creating a structure and I'm being very intentional every month and saying, this is what I'm going to be doing as far as sharing content and just being consistent with it. That part I'm really happy about, and the structure that I've created. So as far as not only creating the content, but tracking to see what's working and just doubling down on that. Because that's always been a challenge, because creating content is so overwhelming and it can be easy to get discouraged when you're not getting the results that you're hoping for, especially with like increasing my list, those kind of things. But I'm realized that it's a long game, and I'm playing that long game and just reminding myself that that's what it's all about. So that part of it I'm really excited about. I'm not going to share any of what my goals are upcoming so much, because I find that when I do that, I end up, something happens and it doesn't happen. So I just wanted to come on and give an update, and then I will be vlogging every 2 weeks and just providing an update on kind of what's going on and what's happening as far as my goals. So just to recap, I'm really excited about the goals that I set for myself this year so far, that I am on track to achieve them, and or I've exceeded my expectations. And I'm really excited about that. I think the only thing that I haven't, well, no, that's not true. I was going to say my income. It's not where I was hoping it would be, but it's still better than it was last year. So that part about of it, that I'm excited. And I'm also looking at strategies as far as things that I can do to make sure that I am continually growing my income and being strategic about it. Because the truth is, when it comes to book sales, it's a moving target as far as marketing, and there's always new things that you need to be doing to keep up with it. To be honest, it's exhausting, but at the same time, I know that it is part of the journey, and it's just one of those things that I am looking at and embracing wholeheartedly. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you have any questions about anything that I've talked about my books and my writing or my life, put them in the comments and I will be happy to answer them for you. Thank you guys so much for joining me and listening to this update on where I have come so far in my writing life for 2025. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.